This is the fourth time I'm filming this conjunction. Please, audio work. Please work. My audio is... Oh my God. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be around 11 to 12 minutes. Now imagine that. Times it by 4. I've been here in this basement that long. Damn it. Can this work? Can my conjunction video finally work? Especially when I have my new haircut, man. Look at that. Look at that, man. Fresh Prince is right there, man. He's back. Back with an attitude in Philly, man. Oh, God. Please. One time early on, I had a problem with my audio that is here on my waist. Then I had a problem of battery down in my receiver. Then I had a problem with the wire. Then I changed the wire. Oh my God, man. This is... I just want to scream. I know I'm acting like a ludicrous right now, but my eccentric behavior has meaning to it. Anyway, Venus, Rahu, and Saturn conjunction for the 4th time. Let's talk about it. And as always, if you do not know where your conjunction is placed, where your Venus, Rahu, Saturn are, all the other planetary placements, including my full astrological report, where you can find out all the details of your astrological information, my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects of the Speed of Light, including on my consultations. For that, check out the links here. Because I'm tired. And now I'm going to go home. So, Venus, Saturn, Rahu conjunction. Well, what is Venus? Venus represents our pleasure, our ability to enjoy life, our relationships, our lovers, our romance, marriage, our desires. And especially, this is why Venus is the god of the demons. Because we are the demons. So it's our god. Why? Because we are pleasure-seeking species. We seek pleasure in everything. Now you may be saying, well, oh, I'm a spiritual person, I'm a vegan, and I meditate and I do yoga, and I have Kundalini awakening. I don't seek pleasure. Of course you do. Your pleasure is to seek Kundalini, to seek enlightenment through yoga and eating vegan food. That is pleasure you're seeking. Instead of fancy cars and Rolex watches and hot chicks on a beach in a Miami heat, for you it's about spirituality, so accept it. That's your pleasure. Gautam Buddha was also saying that, well, I want to escape everything, including pleasure itself. Well, guess what? That was also him seeking that pleasure. That was his pleasure, so nobody escapes it. Whatever your pleasure is, it's a pleasure. Even if you want to escape this worldly pleasure, well, that is your pleasure. So face it. Take it like a man. Then you have Saturn, which represents your limit, which represents your duty, commitment, represents your boundaries, your practicality, your reality of your life. What is real? What is fake? Well, what is fake is that it's raining really hard and a girl runs in front of the farm where the guy is waiting and she comes and kisses him and they live happily ever after. Reality is you'll be standing in the rain all alone by yourself and the girl might be with another guy in her house. That's practicality. That's Saturn. Then you have Rahu. Rahu that brings all kinds of delusion and illusion and pleasure that never ends. And especially with Rahu-Venus conjunction, like a person feels like they want to be billionaires and they have to be the most famous person out there. They want to receive all the gratitude of everybody out there and admiration of everybody out there. But the thing is, this conjunction, first of all, early on in life, brings about tremendous amount of sorrow through relationships. A person feels like, oh my God, I have the worst Venus in the world. I can never find the right relationship. Because the thing is, the person runs into relationships with people who are very illusionary. They might be very fake in the front. They might be something else as they show themselves as this mirage. Like, oh, look, I have all the water. But when you get to them, there's nothing. And especially with these people, what happens is Saturn and Rahu are kind of similar to each other. This is why Rahu is the shadow of Saturn, because it's about fear and an anxiety. So this person has tremendous amount of fear stepping into a relationship, but because perhaps that's what their lesson. Early on in life, they really gave themselves to their first relationship so bad, and it did not turn out the way they wanted. And from that point onwards, they just become this fearful, like, oh my God, I'm not going to date this person. I'm not going to go out with this person, and I'm not going to be in commitment. I'm sorry. But what happens with this conjunction, it's a pull and tug type of a circumstance, meaning that you are getting pulled towards pleasure, indulging into all kinds of worldly things. Yes, I want this, I want this, I want this. But then Saturn is pulling you back, saying that, oh no, that's not real, that's not practicality. You have your limits. And I'm going to show you your limits. You cannot have that Ferrari car that you are so badly wanting and wanting to get it. Even if you're born with a silver spoon, Saturn will be like, you're not getting that right now. Yet Rahu is pulling you towards it. So this is a very multifaceted conjunction. A person feels confused with this conjunction. And the reason why I can say this is because I've had quite a few people with this conjunction who are just very hard to understand. Even in themselves, when they get into relationships, they become very hard to deal with. They have all sorts of rules, regulations of who they want to be with, how they want to be within a relationship. Especially men will get attracted to like older foreign women with this conjunction. But then they will pull it out. They will pull out of any kind of a relationship in their life. Whether it's a man or woman, they will be always in this mood of like, well, I want to be with you. Oh, no, I don't want to be with you right now. I need some time. I need my space. It's like it'll drive other person nuts, and this is why also their relationships don't work out. Because they themselves do not know what they are, what they want in a relationship. And only once they get to their 30s, they understand what relationships are. They understand their limits. They understand that, okay, my Rahu is telling me to do this, but no, this is not real. This is just the Rahu that making me, become more obsessive. Shouldn't do that. I need to be more realistic and practical because that's what Saturn wants you to do. Saturn is actually quite a positive planet in this case because Saturn, look, this is what life is. Saturn says to you, Rahu says, come on with me. I'll take you on an adventure. Who cares? It's 1 a.m. in the morning. We'll walk down the streets. We'll have fun. We'll sing. We'll drink and we'll party along. Well, Saturn says, look, you want to go into an alley, that dark alley, go. But don't expect any party there because you could be robbed, you could be raped, you could be kidnapped in that alley. Go, because I'm going to show you the real world. People think, oh, well, world is full of wonderful people, all the party-going people, and no one's going to hurt me. It only happens to the other people. Saturn's like, no, you're no special. It can happen to you too. Like people who are like, oh, I'll never get a ticket. It's only those people who get a ticket. And then one day you get this light in your back and you're getting a speeding ticket. And you're like, oh my God, why? What, how? Why? No, I shouldn't be getting this. I don't deserve this. I'm special. I have diplomatic immunity. Oh, no, you don't. And this is why this is a very contradicting conjunction. And astrology is contradicting. If you think astrology should not be contradicting, you should not study astrology at all. Because especially, I finally realized that especially the classics of astrology, when they give you a certain sloka, a certain statement about a planet or an alignment saying that, well, this person will be healthy, wealthy, rich, endowed with sons and material wealth and respect and fame, then it'll also say in the next line, this person will be miserable, poor, jealous, will be hated by everybody. And you're like, what in the world are you writing? Come on, man, makes sense. Parash Ra. I'm trying to give you my time. Make some sense. Well, guess what? Your brain thinks on a very, very low level. It's like you need things to be just written out clearly, and you cannot understand the super science. Because it's only for a few who really understand what the meaning of those classical statements are. They're saying you will get everything, but due to you being indulged into these things, you will become jealous. And because you were indulged into this material world, you will also lose your wealth and you'll be disrespected. Because we are a different person in the morning, we're a different person in the evening. In the morning, we're like doing our meditation and we're giving a yoga class and we are this really sattvic person that everybody looks up to. And then in the evening, you see your ex-girlfriend with her boyfriend walking around and you're just like jealous and you're just like, man, I hope these both people die. I don't want to see them again. You bitch, you cheated on me. And what happened? I thought you were a sattvic person. No, in that particular moment, you are a completely different person. And this is why this conjunction is a very prominent example of that. Because at one point, you're very much secluded. Oh, no, I don't want to go out with you. Oh, I don't go out with too many people. The next hour, you see somebody like, oh man, I need this person now. How can I get this person? That's the confusing of this conjunction. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Venus-Saturn Rahu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your conjunction is, all the other planetary placements, my books, consultations, reports, for that, check out the links here. Otherwise, we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully this will work. Please work.